Gemini, your life is about to be having a potential major transformation through an opportunity that's about to be coming into your life. I have your Celtic cross here for your tarot reading for April 2023, Gemini. And so I'm going to be, what makes my tarot readings a little bit different than other tarot readers is, yes, I will be talking about, Gemini, the positive things you're manifesting, but also I'm going to be telling you how to go from point A to point B, trying to provide a little bit of a blueprint, Gemini, or a sense of direction, some clarity of what you need to be doing. Because what is the purpose of knowing some positive stuff if you don't know how to go and get that? All right. And so in this tarot reading here, all right, I see a lot of strong potential for you to vastly change your life here. All right. But it's going to be a very brutally honest tarot reading. So if you're ready for that, if you're ready for a message to really change up your situation right now, then girl, let's just get into it here, Gemini. All right. So we have the Two of Swords coming in here with the Chariot energy. I see you in this point in time, Gemini, where it's like you have the opportunity here to continue down the path that you have been going, or you have this Page of Cups coming in here, and in the next, like, I would say like the next like week or so, Gemini, I see an opportunity coming in for you that could really fast track things in your life, fast track your progression here. All right. And so where I see this coming in is something that taps into a little bit more of your extroverted energy here. All right. Yes, this does actually mean here, Gemini, that I feel like for you, in order for you to really fast pace the success, if you're not happy right now, Gemini, with the rate things are manifesting for you, or just trying to just in general find abundance. Sometimes it's not even about improving things and just trying to get to a place where you're having some good things happen to you. All right. Because I do see for some of you Geminis, you have been in this storm for a little bit, but I can also be promising you, Gemini, that the storm is about to be breaking. The sun is about to be coming out here, and the sun is the most positive card in the tarot deck here, Gemini. So it's like your big break, the thing that you're wanting to come into your life to really change things up for the better, is coming in. In some cases, this is like hitting the energetic spiritual jackpot here, but it comes with a little bit of a cost. Now, instead of the cost of a lottery ticket, it comes at the cost of that Knight of Wands. So I ask you, Gemini, are you prepared? People talk about all the time where it's like, oh, I want to have a YouTube channel, I want to have my own business, yada yada. And it's, have they actually thought about what that would actually cost? That means you would have to come face to face with your inner demons. And sometimes those inner demons comes in the shape of insecurities. You don't like how you look. You don't like how you sound, Gemini, right? You have all these false narratives that you create for yourself, where you convince yourself that you need to just continue being at the studying stage, Gemini. It's almost as if you've convinced yourself that you're never enough. And so you're always needing to just constantly improve in yourself. So what is the purpose, Gemini? All right, here's the kicker here. You have a lot of beautiful, like, I'm going to get to some really positive things here about what you're creating should you honor that Knight of Wands here, but I gotta get this out here, Gemini. All right, because this is not going to just appear and manifest out of just nothing. All right, you acknowledge this here, but the reality is, Gemini, I feel like you always need to do shadow work. There's always something you need to work on, where it's, oh, I need to just go to therapy. Unless everyone should have a therapist, in my opinion. But it's like you always find something in yourself where you feel like you're not worthy enough. And so because you don't feel like you're worthy enough, you always are telling yourself, it's like, oh, I need to educate myself more. I need to do more shadow work. I need to whatever. You're always stuck in the studying phase because you are not willing to bet on yourself that you have the potential to see things through to the other side. I'm being very honest here, Gemini. It's like you have all these hopes, you have all these aspirations for yourself here that you don't want to give up on. Clearly, you haven't given up on it yet. There's always this flicker of hope that you have, Gemini, to have a certain way of life for yourself, of what you envision, whether that's just through financial abundance, or whether that's just through just straight up like things in your life stabilizing, whereas like things have finally calmed down for you. All right. Now, I'm not saying that you're not able to get to this without having to be the Knight of Wands. All right. But if you try to avoid this right now, I feel like you're going to come into the same consistent patterns. So what's going on here, Gemini? All right. I see the 9 and this 3 of Swords coming in here for you. All right. This is leading me to believe you're having a lot of anxiety, a lot of anxious nights due to whatever hurt you in the past year. Maybe you had dealt with a bully. Maybe you had a family member that was extremely toxic and always made you feel insecure about how you look. We can list all these things, all these reasons as to why you look in the mirror and you're feeling anxious, or like when you take a chance and the last time you took a chance, it hurt, right? And so it's like you're referencing things from the past, Gemini, that should be there just to simply teach you and teach you lessons lessons in what you should do in those types of situations, but also teaching you, Gemini, that you're able to make it through. All right. How many fuck ups have happened in your life, Gemini, that you are still sitting here breathing, watching a man with a duck earring giving you a tarot reading? Like, you went through all that traumatic stuff, and you're telling me that's making you feel lesser about yourself? I would be proud. You should be allowing your past to showcase to you what it is that you're capable of, and you should have that to inspire you to chase after bigger and better things for your future. All right. And so that's something you really want to get into your head here, Gemini. Just because you may have some scratches, some bruises, and some scars from some things in the past here does not mean that take that as a sign to start playing meek and small. It's a sign for you to push yourself out there even more, to extend your comfort zone even more. All right. Because you're not going to get to the life that you're wanting. You're not going to get to the destination that you're wanting playing a small role. All right. And even you know this. Like, I know for a fact, Gemini, you have big aspirations for yourself, right? I know for a fact either you're wanting like your own type of business, you're wanting something to your own name, something, you're dreaming big. When I see that star card, like, you're generally, for the most part, always dreaming big there, Gemini. All right. And it's very much so possible for you. All right. Now I got two extra cards here that fell out, Gemini, when I was doing your shuffle off camera for your Celtic cross. And you got the Six of Wands as well as the Knight of Pentacles here, Gemini. All right. And so the Six of Wands is my favorite card in the tarot deck because it just represents overall just abundance. It represents public recognition, hard work, victory. But notice, like, literally, if you were to look up, Gemini, the definition of the Six of Wands, it talks about public recognition. And so I just really feel like it's so important to express this message of you need to get comfortable with having eyes on you, Gemini. All right. I know you might be the type to have a bunch of blackout curtains. You're an introvert. I've heard it. I've heard it all. Like, you don't want to put yourself out there, but you need to accept that, Gemini, like, what's going to be coming into your life, these new opportunities are opportunities that are extremely valuable. All right. But it comes at the cost of you being willing to be more unapologetically Gemini. All right. Now, you're not wanting to be a background character, but actually being in the front seat. Now, I also do see for you as well, Gemini, I stated earlier, with this Page of Cups, by definition, this represents new people entering your life as well. All right. And this makes sense logically, right? We talk about so much about like your career and like how the advancement of your career is reflected on you just getting comfortable with putting yourself out there unapologetically, so on and so forth. All right. Whatever that is for you. But in response to that, naturally, people always say, Gemini, oh, I want my soulmate. I want my twin flame. I want this. You want these people that come into your life. But then it's if they come knocking on your door right now, darling, would you be willing to open the door immediately, or would you hesitate and be like, oh no, I got to do X, Y, and Z first? Some people are not ready, but I see you in this place, Gemini. Like, part of the reason why the spiritual team doesn't just look at your bank account, it's just like, oh, Gemini is struggling right now to pay the bills. Let's just hand them a bone, toss them a bone. They're not just giving you money just for the sake of it, right? They're not giving you blessings just because of it. There's a deeper lesson there. So if you're wanting the blessing, lean into like where that blessing trying to direct you to, we're trying to challenge you to. All right. It's not like a punishment. It's not like a carrot on a stick. It's this sense of where it's just, hey, we're able to help you out in a major way, but you got to just take the first couple of steps. Right? Like when I'm not infantizing you, but it's like a baby or a toddler, or like when you have a new pet or puppy or kitten, right? You have to motivate them and push them along here. And that's where I see you right now, Gemini, is this sense of where it's like you have been able to exist in this life at this point in time from 25%. But imagine going to a full 100% with full confidence in who you are. Imagine the life that you would be able to create for yourself. The more that you're able to fully express who you are, without insecurity, without having to water yourself down, and just fully expressing what brings you joy. That's how you're going to bring people that are part of your soul tribe. People are meant to actually connect with you. It doesn't make sense to want to attract people who like the color blue, but only wear the color red. It doesn't make sense. And so the same thing is, if the way to attract people that really connect with your personality and like you for who you are, and you connect with them on a deep level, You have to be vulnerable and showcase what that actually, like, what that looks like. Do you even know what that looks like? It doesn't mean by showcasing like who you truly are, that doesn't mean you need to change who you are right now to get comfortable with a version of yourself that you feel comfortable with. It's getting comfortable with who you are right now in this very moment and just expressing that in the moment, being more present. And while you're so present, the future things that you're destined for, Gemini, are going to be finding you and linking up with you. All right. And that comes in the sense of financial abundance, but it also comes in the sense with this Page of Cups, 10 of Pentacles here. It's like sharing a Thanksgiving meal with your people. All right. And so that's where I see this tarot messages for you, Gemini. Hopefully something in here resonated. Check out your sun, moon, and your rising. If you're wanting deeper clarity in your life, you can book a reading with me one-on-one on my website, simplyvelca.com, Gemini, and I'll connect to you later. Bye, darling.